Namaste. I am Dr. Shama Bharti from Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostics, and today in this video we are going to talk about amputation of upper limb. So first, we start amputation. We should know what is amputation. Amputation is the removal of the limb, surgical process by which the limb is removed. So we talk about the introduction of amputation. The amputation was 1.6 million in 2005. Okay, so upper limb amputation trauma is the leading cause, accounting for 80% of acquired amputations occurring in men aged 15 to 45 years. So, if we talk about the anatomy and physiology of amputation, the upper extremity is a highly complex limb with neurovascular bundles, lymphatic muscles, and bone that come together and form a functional appendage to perform our daily activities. For the scope of the focus will be on the bony structure and anatomical consideration on pretending to upper limb amputations. Shoulder. The shoulder is composed of the clavicula and scapula with articulates with the proximal humerus. This joint that occurs the sternoclavicular, acromioclavicular, scapulothoracic, and glenohumeral joint. The muscles that hold the scapula and clavicle to the humerus include deltoid, teres major, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, subscapularis, trapezius, latissimus dorsi, levator scapulae, rhomboidus major, rhomboidus minor, serratus anterior, pectoralis minor, subclavius, coracobrachialis, biceps brachii, and triceps brachii. If we talk about the nerve, uh, intervention into all muscles arises from C5 through the T1. Elbow joint. The elbow is non-weight bearing synovial hinge joint consisting the articulation between humerus, radius, and ulna. The joint that occurs here, the ulnohumeral, radiohumeral, and radioulnar. Forearm. Transradial amputation happen at this level. The muscle of the forearm are divided into intrinsic and extrinsic muscles. The intrinsic muscles pronate and supinate the radius and ulna for the full range of motion of 180 degree to occur. Wrist. The wrist is composed of two rows, the carpal bones. The proximal row bones are the scaphoid, dunate, triquetrum, and pisiform, which articulate with the radius and ulna for wrist motion. The distal row includes trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate, the palmar and dorsal radiocarpal ligament, as well as ulna and radial collateral ligament provide joint stability. Hand. Hand is five set of bones that make up the palm and each of the five digits. The metacarpal bone articulate with the carpal bone proximally, moving more distally. The metacarpals articulate with the proximal phalanx, followed by the intermediate phalanx to digit 2 to 5, and finally the distal phalanx. The indication of upper limb amputations are trauma beyond repair, loss of blood supply, malignancy, severe contracture, infection, congenital deformities, burns, thermal or electrical injuries, frostbite, peripheral vascular disease, complications from diabetes. The contraindications are hemodynamic instability, better function status with the limb without risk of the worsening condition. If we talk about the part of the amputation to do or level of amputation in upper limb, so there these are Transcarpal amputation are the common type of amputation and occur due to the variety of reasons, including trauma, peripheral vascular tissue, and infection. It is preferably the more proximal amputation because flexion and extension of the wrist are preserved, improving overall function. In most cases, the initial incision results in a full thickness palmar flap. Distal wrist disarticulation. Wrist disarticulation is performed over any shorter amputation. It is, but it is noted that finger dexterity and wrist flexion extension are transradial. Forearm length preservation is essentially to allow some degree of pronation and supination as well as a greater arc of motion. Uh, as name indicates, radial, that means the amputation is made by the radius. Transhumeral or elbow disarticulation. After that, there is shoulder disarticulation. This amputation is performed similar to humeral amputation above the level of the with pectoral major with some consideration. Once the incisions are made, muscle insertion are freed approximately on the humerus and neurovascular bundles are exposed. Four quadrate amputation, or you can say this is as interscapulothoracic amputation. So complications are phantom limb pain or sensation, residual limb pain, edema, contracture formation, body asymmetry, skin breakdown, cosmetic accessibility, neuroma. The clinical significance are in transhumeral length should be preserved, elbow disarticulation preferred more transhumeral amputation because of the humeral rotation is still preserved. So this was all about the amputation of upper limb. Hope you understand it well. If you have any queries related to this video, ask me in comment section. This video is powered by digital version of 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Namaste. खुश रहिए.